Here's a proof of concept for transmitting data from an external program over Google Hangouts. This is done by using a web server and sending XML requests to the web server. Um, yeah, we're right next to the client. We're not going to unmute it. Anyway, this would be the control station analog. I don't have access to any of my development stuff because I'm sitting on a bed in South Korea, not in Alaska where all the RC stuff is. Anyway, the computer beeps whenever RC channel 2 hits 1000. This is just the program running on the left is just something to generate traffic on all 8 channels. It has it's a sine wave on channel 1 through 8, each 1/8 out of phase for a total of 180 degrees. Over here we've got debug values for all 8 channels as well as a sequence number. That sequence number will allow the spotter station to find out how many packets have been dropped. Google Hangouts is supposed to support 30 packets per second or 30 messages per second, but when I try to send 30, no matter what kind of connection I have, it's always rejecting 7 per second, and it's clockwork 7 per second. So I don't know if it's my MacBook running out of steam because you know, for some reason encoding video in Hangouts seems to be pretty tasking for parallels. It lags on HD video, whereas this Surface Pro 3 over here doesn't. Anyway, computer beeps every time it hits 1000. This is just a proof of concept program over here. It would of course get a bunch of beautification later. This is the spotter station, and you can hear that how close the spotter station is to real time. The beeping on the control station is when channel 2 hits 1000, and it is leading a little bit there, but it's close enough for sure. Over here it says busy receiving packet. That means that it's trying to receive a data packet from the Google Hangout. No, it's trying to submit a packet to LabVIEW while it receives the next packet from Google Hangouts. It's in the middle of transmitting it to LabVIEW. So I'm not that impressed with the performance of the LabVIEW web server. What this means is that LabVIEW is having a hard time with more than 20 HTTP requests per second on a fairly decent computer. I mean, this is no server, but I would expect a server to be able to handle a whole lot more than 20 a second. So I'll have to look into that. Maybe I can find a .NET control that enumerates a very simple web server. All I need is one client, one connection at a time. Anyway, or I can just roll my own, but I think using a commercial one would be better in this case because it was already difficult to get Google to accept connecting to a remote web server. Anyway, as a proof of concept, I think it's pretty good. With the latency on the video, I don't know how good it'll be with a computer that's really running Windows instead of this fake thing. I don't expect it to be too much better. I've already limited the bandwidth here. If I allow HD, which is really depressing, then let's see, allow HD on both ends, then eventually the latency goes way up. And it almost seems like the quality goes down, but I don't know. I don't think it's a problem with the latency of HD video itself, because the Surface Pro here is transmitting more bytes per second than the computer on the left is receiving. I don't think it's a bandwidth problem because at this small town internet connection in South Korea, I can do a bandwidth test and get 50 meg upload and download. Yes, I hate the internet here too. And I wish I had a 50 meg upload DSL at my house at home. Makes it easy for uploading these YouTube videos. I can upload a 1.5 gigabyte movie to YouTube in just minutes. It takes longer for YouTube to process my video than it does to upload it. So, I hope that with a little bit more work, we'll be driving a quadcopter over the internet. It'll be pretty fun.